Hello, this is Conquering History Games, and welcome to the first playthrough I'm going to do of Death or Dishonor. I'm going to be playing as Czechoslovakia, and I'm going to be going for the Munich Disagreement achievement, which is where you have to occupy Munich while at war with Germany. So, brief history, as it says here: during the Great War, Czech troops fought alongside the Entente forces all over Europe in an effort to secure recognition for their nation. Their efforts were successful, and Czechoslovakia rose from the ashes of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Since their explosive entry into statehood, Czechoslovakia formed the Little Entente alliance with Yugoslavia and Romania, with the aim of suppressing Hungary's efforts to restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Although, as resurgent German power grows, the political landscape of Europe is rapidly changing. So, let's get started. Oh, oops. I am going for the achievement, so I gotta have Iron Man mode on. Yeah, Iron Man Czechoslovakia is fine. Alright, now the situation that we are looking at here is I am Czechoslovakia. I am right there in the middle of Europe, straddling the bastions of Bohemia. And I already took some time. The reason the stream is starting later, at a later hour than I usually start them, is because I came in here earlier to really look at the national focus trees, the factories I have, get a good idea of how many troops I had, and I didn't quite get it started, but I just took a really good look at everything, and so I'm gonna kind of go a little slower than I usually do on a stream, because this is brand new, so you guys can learn a little bit about it if you haven't decided if you want to pick it up or yet or not. But what Death or Dishonor is all about is these four countries in the Balkans: Romania, Yugoslavia, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia, who have now gotten their own focus trees, and essentially they all have ideas of where they can go fascist, they can go communist, they can remain non-aligned, they can go democratic. And the idea, the concept of Death or Dishonor is, are you going to join the fascists or the communists and dishonor yourself? Or will you choose death and try to fight them? So I'm going to be choosing death. I will try to remain democratic as Czechoslovakia and hold off the German Reich, because I mean Czechoslovakia got a seriously raw deal at the Munich agreement. I mean it was fucking criminal. I better slow down before I start getting off. And oh yeah, let me just get some housekeeping done here. Of course, the same 3 researches that everybody does. Now, I've only got 3 research slots, so I'm a little bit slight disadvantage. It's not as bad as China, but it's not great either. And the way I'm planning to win this war is I am just going to do it the way they seem to be wanting you to do it. Just build up your fortifications here and hold off. Now, in the base game, well, as you can see here, there are a couple of forts here, but I believe in vanilla, before this came out, a couple of these provinces here actually had some level, like at least one of them had a level 6 fort. I don't remember which one, but right now, just a couple of them are at 1, and the rest are at 0. So you have to actually build them yourself. So that's where these come in. These 3 in particular, they fortify the Sudetenland, and you also get slightly more recruitable population as you do that. As far as national spirits goes, you have the Škoda Works. That's how I've always heard it pronounced, Škoda, and it gives you plus 10% factory output. So that's cool, because the Škoda Works is a very, very important industrial factory based in Czechoslovakia. And you could easily argue this was the real reason why Germany wanted to take over this area, because when the Austria-Hungarian Empire broke up, Czechoslovakia became home to about 70+% or more of the industrial capacity of that country. You also are a divided nation. So this is referencing how the multi-ethnic state that Czechoslovakia is, and so you have less national unity. It's dropping you down to 50. You get slightly less recruitable population, and you get 2% consumer goods factories. So that kind of sucks. But I'm actually not going to make this a huge deal, because there's also a tree where you can get rid of that. If you go down Industrial Legacy, there's the exclusive branches here. This one in the middle ends with United Population, where you'll remove Divided Nation. But I'm not going to do this for a couple of reasons. One, I think this Czech industry branch is better than this one. I mean, it's just objectively better. You get more civilian factories than you do in the Czechoslovak industry. And I think United Population is not that big a deal, because the national unity doesn't matter, because I don't plan on letting them step 1 foot on Czechoslovakian land. We will not go back 1 inch. And there is another way that I can get my recruitable population up, because you can see there's only 184 men who are willing to join the army right now. It's over here in political direction. So political direction, as it said, you can go communist, you can stay democratic, or you could become fascist. I'm going to be going down the democratic direction, and over here, once I've gone down this branch and world tension is at greater than 10%, I can get an immediate change from my mobilization law to extensive conscription. So that's pretty good, because I'm at volunteer only right now. So that'll let me, it's going to save me like 300 political points. So it's going to be very, very important that I get this one before the war starts. And that'll definitely help my recruit population. It's going to make the training time longer, but I think I'm just going to have to live with that, because it just saves me so much political power. What else was what else is new here with Czechoslovakia? Okay, so yeah, you got the fortification tree, the industry tree, the political tree. Over here are strategic decisions. So this is how you're kind of deciding who you're gonna ally with. So when Czechoslovakia begins, it had formed, as it had historically, an alliance with essentially Yugoslavia and Romania. So as you see here, Czechoslovakia, I'm guaranteeing the independence of Yugoslavia, and Romania is guaranteeing my independence. So right now, if Germany were to attack me, Romania would actually help, in theory. So who knows with that crazy king of theirs. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to abandon that alliance, and I'm going to do as Czechoslovakia essentially did, and trust in the West. I'm going to trust the bigger democratic powers to save me. So by trusting in the West, I'm going to get a plus 50% boost in their opinion of me. See, right now they're just at 10 each, so that'll take them to plus 60 each, and hopefully that means they will guarantee my independence. Now, I don't know if that's going to work. In fact, I'm willing to believe that it doesn't work, to reflect how they just got screwed by the Allies. But I'm going to do it anyway for the sake of being kind of being on a more or less historic path at first. And then over here, of course, you have your army tree, your air tree. There's a really good one here, actually, because, okay, so Czechoslovakia is landlocked, so you can't even do anything. It's grayed out, the naval branch, until you have a port. But the air one, you get this. You can get a national spirit called the Air is RC, and you get minus 15% production cost for fighters. So that is really, really cool. I see there's a lot of confidence in me in the chat. Now, there's some. I think that's basically it. I think I've talked quite long enough. I should just go ahead and get started. So we're not going to be building any civilian factories. We said, oh, and one more thing. So we essentially got 2 years and a little bit of change till Germany is going to be coming for me. So I can only complete so many of these. So I definitely want to knock out as many of the fortifications as possible, especially if I can get to this last one. That's going to make my forts level 7. Oh, and also I was spending time really reading these. These national focuses say they set the land fort level. It doesn't say they add. So this will not add 3 land forts to the Sudeten land. This will put it at 3. So I'm not normally I would say if you have focuses that build forts for you and you want to get into that, you should build one or two forts of your own and then pile the others on top of it. But that's not gonna work here. So I'm gonna try to get to 7, which would be huge. That would be a well over 100% defensive bonus I'll be getting from that. So I want to get all of these done. I want to get to defensive preparations, and I want to get trust in the west. So that's 1, 2, 6, 10 that I really want to get. Although keep in mind this is, wait, which one is it? Yeah, Beacon of Liberty is only 14 days. So I've got like 5 more that I could play with, 4 or 5 more. So maybe I can get these 4, or I could, if I want to do the air stuff. But what I'm saying is I'm racing against time. So I think I've jabbered on quite enough. I'm going to go with political direction. Oh yeah, because here's one more thing. I have no idea what Romania, Yugoslavia, and Hungary are going to do. I've got historical focus on, but they are new focus trees and all. So the thing is, Hungary, they got a pretty big fascist population already, and Admiral Horthy here, he has a personal spirit where he is accepting of fascist diplomacy and doesn't like communist diplomacy. Now there is I'm like 99% certain that he is going to go fascist. And then while I do have national focuses that give me a few forts on the Hungarian border, and they're certainly not as strong as Germany, the more deadly thing will be if they ally, Germany can send its armies into Hungary, and it's not going to be good. Oh, hold on a sec. There we go. Just get some music going. Now, so they do have 25% of the population that is democratic. So I'm gonna try something here, which I have no idea if it'll work or not. They do have a thing where they assassinate Horthy, but that's if they go communist. But I am going to try and turn Hungary democratic, and I'm going to start as soon as this political direction is done. So, yeah, talked quite enough, I think. Oops. And I'm not much of a min-maxer, but I'm going to kind of have to try to be one, because things here could get ugly. Oh, also something else I noticed. Let's look at the research here. I've already got tanks, the first 2 light tanks set, so actually I'm technically ahead of Germany right now in tank research. That's the Skoda works in action. But I just don't have the resources to be building them. Now, maybe later I can think about that when it's time to go on the offense, but there will be no tanks happening right now. Another thing is, I've already got anti-air. So I've been debating, and I'm still not 100% sure, to be honest, if I'll do it or not. I might not build any anti-tank, even though Germany gets tanks, because anti-air does increase piercing. Of course, anti-tank is 3 times as much piercing, but I mean, this also only costs me steel, so I'll think about it a little bit, but I might only use anti-air guns to counter the tanks. I'll have to think about it a little bit. Okay, what else? Yeah, let me just get a little bit of everything getting built, though, so that, oops, just so the production efficiency can begin to rise. I particularly am going to be focusing on artillery. I'd rather have, I'd rather be short on infantry equipment than artillery, because the soft attack is going to be so important in this fight. And I know I'm short on stuff. I'm just gonna be all right with that for a little bit. Let me get all these together. Also, I'm going full mountain divisions. Everybody's gonna be mountain. division. And I'm just building a line for the sake of building a line. I don't plan on going on the offense at all. Yeah, my manpower is not exactly going to last long. So, yeah, so going to be democratic ideology. You know what, actually, I might. Yeah, like the aluminum can wait, but I do want to be building artillery at a consistent rate. So in the chat, I'll kind of be occasionally looking at the chat. If you guys want me to be, the line is unaesthetic as fuck. Okay, you know what? Live with it for right now. It's gonna change. And the oh my gosh, if it's bothering you guys that much. Drive for Berlin. Oh, right there. Oh, it's still crooked. Whatever. Now, here's a problem that I am foreseeing. On the one hand, Germany is going to be weaker than it normally would be because they're going to Anschluss, but they won't have all my factories and stuff. And so they're going to... I'm sure, I have no doubt that they will just continue on to Danziger War even after their war with me. In fact, they might even do it faster to try to get a flank on me. But then Germany's going to have no friends essentially, except on the southern front. Italy will join them. Now, if Yugoslavia went democratic, I'd be such a happy man. But I don't think it's going to happen. They're probably they're probably just gonna, I'm gonna be pausing every time there's a focus because I really got to be thinking about this. But because they're probably gonna try to stay democratic and Italy will crush them, or not democratic, they'll stay non-aligned and Italy will crush them, or they'll just join the fascists. That's what I'm thinking. All right, now I've got political power. Okay, I think I'm just gonna hold on to it so that I just need, I need the world tension to go up just 1% more. And let me start boosting my party's popularity here. Yugoslavia, maybe, but it's probably not a good idea. Or maybe I could just do something else for right now. Also, I already know which land doctrine I'm going on, and I think it's probably the weakest land doctrine, but it has two important things here. I'm going Grand Battle Plan Doctrine because you get that entrenchment speed and max entrenchment bonus. The planning doesn't really matter, but there's this plus 10% infantry defense and plus 10 organization. Very good, very nice. Now, I probably have only got time to... Let me see, I did the math. I think I could do almost 4 of these, but I don't really need this 4th one. I need to get these 2. So I'm going to start on that right now. Oh, man, maybe I should... Oh, yeah, and the license production stuff. I don't... what are the odds? Do they have anti-tank equipment? They got anti-air. Who's got anti-tank? Nobody right now. Let's see. Maybe I could get these other countries. See, because Romania, they're nice guys right now. Yeah. Let's get Romania, because Romania is the strongest of these 4. Plus they got oil. How much political... Oh, I'm so tempted to do Yugoslavia too. Yeah, we're turning everybody democratic. The hell with it. If all the Balkans could work together on this, they could. That would be amazing. We'll see how it goes, though. Okay, world tension is just going down. I want... Okay, I'm not doing anything... Backroom, backstabber. Okay, let me think. I need to do some math here. It's going to give me plus 5% political power gain. How long does that take to pay for itself? Because right now it's 25 a day. It's going to be ideology. The thing is, the drift defense, that's going to slow down when I can do Beacon of Liberty. But because all right, let me think here. 5%. Yeah, we're gonna go with the backroom backstabber. So I'm gonna become democratic slower, but that's okay because I just need to. It'll be fine. I'll hit 70 in like less than a year, I'm sure. So now, unfortunately, this is not very good. But I do like the military factories. And I also need to get these at some point. Getting lots of political power, at least from these focuses.